Hey there guys, it's definitely been a bit of time since I last sat down and did a commentary video. So yeah, I figured today there was something quite important that I needed to sort of bring light to and sit down and have a proper talk about. Because it is a pretty important, it's a pretty important stage now of life where a lot of things are going to be happening, and I figured is a good way to let you guys in on what's happening because it does affect this whole YouTube thing as well. So I figured today I'd take a bit of time, sit down, and just let you all know what is happening and what's going to be going on moving forward. So recently I was in a position with Twitch where I could basically become a Twitch affiliate, and to do all of that you basically we need to hit a certain number of boxes. You need to tick off a certain number of boxes within a certain time period, and if you tick all of those then you will be able to become an affiliate essentially. Affiliate is technically like a partner in the sense that you can actually make a career out of doing Twitch, basically full time. um, but at the moment there's a few things that I really can't do to take that step forward at the moment into doing Twitch full time as like a job. And I'm gonna basically just sit down and explain my reasons why in this commentary, just so you all are aware what's going to be happening, what's going forward, what the goals are. So let's just start off with the probably the main reason really why at the moment it's not going to be very beneficial for me to just jump straight in and go for it right now. So for the last, I'd say, year and a half now, yeah, coming up to around year and a half, I've had a lot of inner demons to really deal with my mental health. I believe I've mentioned about mental health and stuff like that before on the channel, but I've never really talked about my sort of experiences and my sort of confrontations with my own mental health. Now, I've been suffering with depression for as long as I can really remember, to be honest. Probably from my very early childhood, I'd say from the time I really understood, you know, what the world was about. But I'd probably say when I was around 5, maybe coming up to 6, when I really started to, when I was sort of out of hospital. Because when I was younger, I was always in and out of hospital. I didn't really have much of a chance to really, experience much of my childhood properly, because I was constantly just in and out, doing all with all this like medical stuff. Um, but yeah, basically, when I was younger, I was always quite a self-isolated child. I never really liked getting out, just getting out much. I like keeping myself to myself. Even now, at this stage in my life, I still do like keeping myself to myself. I don't really like, if I had the choice to either go out, for like a day out somewhere and be exposed to a bunch of people, or, stay at home where I feel comfortable and, I can do what I'd like to do, just relax, chill, maybe we'll watch a bit of anime or just, play a bit of gaming or something like that, then I would just choose to do that. But, from a very young age, I've always been a very, self isolating type of person. But when it comes to the people that I truly care about, so, my best friends or my family, then I would typically, push myself to go out. So in a sense, I'm quite a self-isolated person, but at the same time, if it's someone that means a lot to me, I will sort of push that aside, and I will go out and I will do whatever it is needed to, to do that. But that's besides the point. So yeah, I've been suffering with depression for the longest time, and I got really good at basically hiding a lot of things from myself. Well, I got good at hiding a lot of my depression, a lot of my sadness from my family and even friends for many, many years. From probably very early secondary, probably from very early middle school to just coming up towards the end of high school. Um, I was in groups, like friendship groups, but I never really felt like I was truly a part of anything. Like I always felt quite lonely, quite isolated, and that also was a part to me usually self-isolate myself anyway. But when I was in these groups and whatnot, I always felt like, I was just different to every other, kid around, that I was sort of, not really meant to be around anyway. Like I didn't really have a place in the world. And even looking back on it now, I really did sort of just want to disappear in a way, because basically a good year and a half ago, I won't go into full detail because there's no real need to go into full detail about it, but one of the biggest, I guess, mental breakdowns basically just happened. An event happened which completely made me shut down entirely, and I realised deep down just how, I guess, suicidal I truly was deep down. Because looking back on it, it wasn't the first time I ever felt that way. Like, to be completely blunt and honest, there were probably a good 4 or 5 times before then where I had highly considered trying to either end, everything, end my life, or times that I had actually gone forth and had actually committed to trying to end it. So it wasn't the first time where I was in that position. I was already, I already knew in that time, again, when I, got to that stage, that I knew it was either going to end one way or the other. Either I was going to fail and, I'd have to keep on living, or someone would, drag me out of it. But that time, the last time which I can recall being that way, which was the most recent, about a year and a half ago, it was to a point where it was the worst, and I needed to basically get on medication to prevent it, because it was that bad. And there was, you sort of hit a point really with mental health where that whatever someone's going to say to you isn't going to hit, it's not going to connect. And it was that point where I was thinking, okay, no matter what people are going to say to me, deep down I want to disappear. I just want to move on, to be gone, to vanish. And it's a very selfish thing, looking back on it. It even now, it is a very selfish thing. But basically I always knew that I didn't want to be on antidepressants for forever. So I went to the doctors and said, look, this is how I'm feeling, I need antidepressants so I can prevent this from happening. And I went on antidepressants for, I'd say, a good 8 to 9 months, and since really dwindling them off now, I mean, I'm definitely in a much better place compared to what I was then. I'd say they helped, and they've sort of didn't as well. I never liked the idea of having to take medication to fix my own mental health, or to sort of like patch it up in a way. But at the same time, it did also allow me to get my head straight. But it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's like a double-ended sword, really. It has the goods and it has the bads. But looking back on everything now, I'm the sort of person who never really loved himself at all. Like, when it came to people seeing me in a different light, like, some of my friends say that I'm a really, that I'm an amazing person, that they love being around me, and that, I can do anything. But for me, I've never really been able to see myself in that sort of light. I've always never been able to look at myself the way others have. I've always seen myself as someone quite shallow, quite, down in the dumps, never really, being able to do much or achieve anything. But recently, with this whole Twitch affiliate spot opening up for me, and seeing that, I could possibly make a career out of Twitch, and possibly even YouTube as well. Because I've been working hard at Twitch for the last few months, really trying to grow it, and to try and just meet new people, just expand that community a little bit. Even with like my mental health talks I believe I posted something on Twitter a good while back, and I think I even mentioned it in a YouTube video. I think last year or the year before, one of the two, um, about the whole mental health talks I go out and do. Um, but yeah, I've spent the last few months really going hard at Twitch, really going hard at trying to grow it. And it's at a point now where I can take it forward if I so choose, and I can try and make it into a career. But, and here's the but with this, I want to give myself time to really look into all different aspects, because I don't just want to jump into Twitch now and do it full time, because some people out there may just think, oh, it's Twitch, it's a dream job. If you jump into it now, it's your career, you're basically set in stone. But that's not always the case. Over the last year, especially the last year, I've had to really sit down and think about just life, because I always know now that, the wanting to disappear deep down, it's always going to be a part of me. It's from a young age, it's always sort of been there, and it's manifested over the years and over the countless times that I have tried to, to actually disappear, to end my own life. I've always been trying to find a way that I can sort of, I guess, I don't think, honestly, personally, I will be able to fully snuff it out, but I want to try and find a reason for myself, because I've always sort of been living to make other people happy. For me not being gone, it makes, the people I love happy, my friends, my family, they would be sad if if I was gone. So in a way, I've always been living to make them happy, whilst not being able to really find something that gives me my reason, for continuing on. But I feel like with Twitch and this whole YouTube thing, that maybe if, because it does truly make me happy being able to, sit down, produce content, stream, meet new people as well. It truly does make me happy, and it makes me feel like, I'm slowly finding my purpose, something that I'm good at, something that I can, connect with people with Twitch and YouTube and all this other great stuff. And I feel like now I can, I'm slowly finding something that I can actually do, and that is achievable for me, which for me is like, someone out there might think, oh, hitting affiliate isn't really that difficult. You've only got to tick, 5 certain boxes. But in my position, for someone who never really gave himself, an outlook in life, someone who's always doubted himself, who's never saw himself being able to achieve anything, for me, this is a huge achievement. And I'm sure there's someone else out there who, who has gone through a goal and who has achieved it, which to some people might not be like a very big goal, but for them, it's such a, such a massive achievement for them. And that's what this affiliate is for me on Twitch. It's a massive achievement for me, and it's given me that hope that I can, get one more step closer to truly having, or truly finding, I should say, that reason for me to live, to keep on pushing forward and to keep on, going at something that I truly enjoy. So for the next year, I'm going to go just hard at Twitch and hard at YouTube. I've sat down with my family, and I'm very, very grateful for my family and my friends, especially the lads in the EXE Discord and the Ship Discord. You guys should see them in some Twitch streams or some of my old YouTube videos. Those guys have been super, super supportive, and I cannot thank you all enough, for the constant support. Even just coming into, the Twitch chat and just saying, hope you have a good stream, keep up the good work. It really does mean a lot. And even my family as well, they are behind me 100%, going at Twitch, going at YouTube. And I've sat down with them. We've said, for the next year, basically until around the end of the year, early next year, I'm just going to go hard at Twitch, hard at YouTube, trying to really grow as much as I can. And if at the end of the year it's gotten to a point where I feel like, okay, looking at it with a more mature mindset, can I make it work compared to now where it's relatively small? I have to dedicate people to come along, but at the moment it's not big enough to really find it financially sustainable. And I hate looking at Twitch, and I hate looking at YouTube as a, as like a money, sort of thing, like as like in like money aspects. Like, oh yeah, I have to look at it now as I'll be earning this much. I've never like looking at Twitch or YouTube as that. I've always looked at it as a hobby, but looking at it now, I have to start looking at it as money, as well as entertainment, as well as, a hobby. Because if I do it as a career, it's going to be my livelihood, it's going to be my income. So as much as I hate looking at it as a money aspect as well, I have to factor that in now to to everything. It can't just be, with one eye looking at, doing it as a hobby, and then one eye, sort of looking at it as, a career with income. I have to put it together and look at it as the whole picture. And that's where over the last year I feel like I really matured, and I've really started to look at things in the bigger picture rather than just focusing in on the one aspect of it, of something. I've now started to take in everything, as a whole, rather than just nitpicking small bits and focusing in on those. So yeah, for the next year, expect me to be going just full out with Twitch, with YouTube. If you go into the description below, you will see a link to my Twitch, my Twitter, my Instagram. On my Twitch, you will find my schedule. I am going to be changing it though. Instead of doing Monday through Friday and then a morning stream on Saturday, I will be changing it to Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And I will be keeping the Monday stream from 9 till 1. So 3.5 days a week will be my Twitch streams. I'll be streaming a bunch of games over there, so Dark Souls, Call of Duty, League of Legends, possibly I will be streaming PC games as well. Well, Switch games, so like Animal Crossing, stuff like that. But yeah, and then the other days, which I won't be streaming on, I will be producing content for the YouTube channel. So Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday will be my content producing days for the YouTube. So yeah, I just thought I'd inform you guys on what will be happening regarding the next year. I hope you guys can understand the position where I'm coming from. I do hope that it makes sense. For me, I feel like it does make sense, but obviously it won't make sense for everyone. But yeah, I figured I'd just let you guys know my reasons behind why I'm doing this, and hopefully you guys can come along and just tune into the streams, say hi, just come along, have some fun. It's not a community where you have to obviously donate or anything like that. I will never ask people to donate. Just people coming along and having a chat, talking about video games, talking about life, what's your favourite game, your favourite anime, what games you're looking forward to or whatnot. Just having a chat, because I want the community to be something where people of all races, all ages, all backgrounds can come along, and they can just come have it's basically like a safe place to sit down, relax, have a chat. So yeah, if you're interested in coming along to the streams, link in the description. Schedule will be down there, as well as Instagram and my Twitter if you want to come follow me on those. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. I know it's a bit of a dark and gloomy subject at first, but I feel as though it's something that really needed to be said and explained to everyone, so you all have an idea and you can all, understand what's going to be happening moving forward. But yeah, I hope you guys can come along to the streams. It really would mean a lot. And yeah, I will be seeing you guys in the next video, hopefully. Have a good day, everyone.